Yeah, hey.
You got your own little like
you complain
cut, dude.
and then you receive. Yeah, I got my own compilation video going right there. So
I'm kind of hurt.
yeah, the big deal.
Hey, why did you
Featuring
get
next
yours
week.
first?
Well, I mean, he said he wasn't in there enough
I
the
know,
last
right?
2 weeks.
He's complaining, right? Oh, I didn't see myself. I was on there a couple of times.
What did
Now,
they say?
Guess what?
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
There it is.
Exactly.
Hey,
That was the grease.
There it
Now I'm
is.
like, I'm in there too much, John. Shit, you got to blur some of that shit out. Oh my goodness. Hey everybody, welcome in to the Grabbing on the Brisket Studios. Thank you for joining us. Hey, let's get to it. Let's talk a little barbecue.
Boom.
I like that. Studios.
Studios.
I know, right?
So we're episode 204. We're wrapping up the rib talk, and we have a few other exciting little tidbits and barbecue information to share with you guys. I'm super pumped. Drinking a beer. Everybody else is drinking a beer. As Jan said, you probably should be drinking a beer right now, no matter what you're doing.
It doesn't matter. Like rain or shine, right?
No matter how old you are.
Whether it's somewhere else in the world and you're driving your kids to school, pull in to that 7-Eleven or that Pack-A-Sack or I don't know, like whatever gas station, wherever you get your local beverage, pull in, grab a little tall boy, get a little paper sack, right? And just rock it. Like you deserve this.
Yeah, and,
Is that weird?
No, it's not weird at all. And if you're just browsing right now, like you're just
perusing,
just looking around,
right.
just checking. I'm just let me know if you need anything right now.
Yeah, right. I love this.
What is happening?
So
I don't know. I'm lost.
I'm so lost, dude. I looked down for 2 seconds and I don't know where the hell we went.
We don't
Right.
know. We don't know where we're at.
before we get into the barbecue talk, I know we got a few business that we need to clear up as far as the money and paying the bills and all that stuff like that. But let me, as always, we kind of get into how our week was.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody's week's been?
Content day was really successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Lot
was
of
a freaking
stuff.
blast.
Yes, and obviously we're going to talk about this. We just, it's not content day. It sounds weird.
That's exactly what it is.
when you
but
say
yes.
it like
It's content day too.
So listen,
Right,
this
2.0.
this is a day that once again that we fooled all of our wives into thinking that we can show up and just cook barbecue all day and drink beer and then go, no, it's cool because we're also
Right, it's like work.
we're
Yeah,
working, right? And then
Right.
the entire time they're just like, I guess they're working. I guess this is
Right.
what guys do when they work. They just drink beer and barbecue.
It's like
And-
getting drunk at the office party.
Yeah, this is what we do. Like we're at work working
Smashed
already,
at the office party.
and then we're at home.
Jan's over there showing his ass.
Yeah,
making
living our
photocopies
best
of
lives.
it.
Yes, dude. Yes.
I
That's
had
what
to
I'm saying.
leave. I didn't get to stay for the whole time.
Wow, I know.
It was fun.
Well, I left and then came back.
Yeah,
But when I came back, y'all were fucking hammered.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're leaving.
that's what I
We've posted a
Come
few
back.
pictures. We haven't posted all the videos and whatnot yet, but we did make some great stuff. What would we call that hot dog?
We don't have a name.
Oh, Gordo?
We don't have a name for this because I'm still. I know we have the burger, but this may have been this-
It was good. It was really
Yeah.
good.
it may be one of the best dogs I've ever had.
Hell of a
Yeah.
wiener.
Yeah,
That's what you call it. That's the name.
It's a hell of a wiener.
I don't like that. But,
Yeah.
You like all the wieners, James.
yeah. No, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, you didn't get to. Matt, how was the dog?
The dog was a hell of a wiener. It was
Come on.
delicious.
Okay. Hey, 100%. For James is so pissed right now because he wants to call it something different. And here's the deal: it's going to be hell of a wiener. That's what's going. It's our tagline that's going to go down on this dog when we post it.
Right.
It was a delicious dog. I mean, it had everything that I wanted to eat in a hot dog, and maybe that's why I thought it was great. Like, and there's a few things that I could have done. Maybe a little relish, right? Just a little pop of some sweet relish or something on there would have been when it hit. But the dog itself, man, it was really good.
It was really good.
Uh,
I was surprised.
How about the lamb,
The lamb was
Oh, the
amazing.
lamb was great.
John?
Fantastic.
Didn't get to
you
try it.
made-
It's gone when I got back.
Absolutely the best lamb chop I've ever had in my life. And before this, I was like, I don't like lamb. I think I told Matt or Alex, somebody, I was like, I actually don't really care for lamb.
Yeah, it was good.
And then
The
I'm eating
rack
it.
of lamb.
Yeah, rack of lamb. But I'm eating it. I'm going, nope, I actually do care for this. This is delightful, and I want more of this.
Well, that tzatziki sauce really kicked it up a notch too. It was good.
It was
Really good.
right. So
Little lemon zest.
So we had the so we doctored right. We're doc. We don't have to make it from scratch. So you had some, and then you doctored with what? What'd you do?
We added some lemon thyme and some dill and
Which is growing in your
You're right. Yep, in my little herb garden. Stay
The
tuned for
herbs.
Grab 'em in the Tomato podcast. It's coming.
there it is.
What else do we had? Some lemon zest and lemon juice. It was
It was.
good. Between that and it was so freaking tender, and then like that char on there was perfect. It was just fucking good.
It was really good. What else did we do? I know we did some boudin.
We did some drinking?
Did some drinking. We did some boudin. We
Some
did some sausage.
Billionaire bacon. Little video of that coming.
That was amazing. We also had the 50. No, I don't know what you call it. The 50-50 or the 60-40 burger. And dude, I wanted to hate the burger because I saw how it just kind of mushed together. I was like, that's not going to be
It
good.
was a lot of fat.
So much fat.
60-40, but the 60 was fat.
60%. Yes. Do what?
The 60-40, but the 60 was the fat.
The 60. I was thinking it was 60% protein, 40%
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
joking.
yeah.
I was
fat,
joking.
whatever else. But at one point when you were pushing those together, I was like, that's 50-50, man.
Yeah, it looks
That,
like
and
it.
I was like, that's a 50-50 burger.
So good. The flavor.
But it was, and I did razz y'all a little bit. I was like, I'm about to burn that shit up, right? Because this is it's a hand ground. Matt, take us through it. What was it?
So we had all the brisket trimmings from the past couple of cooks we've done.
Yeah.
So we took that, ran it through John's meat grinder
including
twice,
some Wagyu brisket.
twice, which was important. Yeah,
So you've got
brisket.
Wagyu and prime brisket
Yep.
sitting in this thing. Yeah.
Ran it through there, and then I just basically put a little salt on it, formed it into patties, and let that sit in the freezer or the fridge for a couple hours.
Yeah. That's
Then
it.
just
If it was that much fat, how did it stay together?
it
Right. That's why.
Well,
you gotta
that's
put it
why
in
we
the
need
fridge.
the fridge.
the setting up of the fridge definitely
the
helps
fridge
with that.
needed to happen. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was not going to hold.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta add breadcrumbs if it's that much.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was worried about it kind of flaring up and everything, so I made sure I was cooking indirect for most of the time on the
Jealous
pit.
devil and a little bit of that hickory chunk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And just seasoned up with that dad seasoning we got. He's got a I forget what he called it. It's just called salt and pepper, I think.
Yeah.
It's got more
It was
than
good.
salt and
Yeah,
pepper
you
on
can
it,
tell
but
it
that's what he
does,
calls
but
it.
yeah.
Put a little bit of that on there, and I had it indirect the whole time, and then just the very end, just let it sear a little bit. I didn't want all that, it
just
was
a
so
pop,
fatty.
yeah.
I didn't want to just drip it all over the fire and everything. But
Well,
I don't toot my own horn a whole lot, but that was definitely the best burgers I ever made in my life.
Was it better?
What did I
Wait,
tell you? What did I tell you?
Yeah.
I
You
was
said
like,
it was the best grill burger you ever had.
the best grilled burger I've ever had because no matter grilled burgers in my mind, it's like they're always dried out, they're always overcooked, whatever else. But this is like 20 minutes after somebody had already cut one open. I walk over and I cut a little piece off. I eat. I'm like, it wasn't as hot as it would have been, but it was still just as flavorful and juicy. You know what I mean? It needed that extra fat. I don't know, man.
Imagine if it would have been on a flat top.
Bro, dude. Yeah. We're about to do these.
Yeah. Well,
50,
it didn't.
50.
Also, this was trimmings from a Snaggeroo farm, like Wagyu. It was like 2 Wagyu briskets
Yeah.
that we had
Yeah.
trimmings left over from. So I know that contributed to a little bit of the flavor and the richness of the fat.
Yeah. But no, I now 100%.
Because we made sure the trimmings that we purposefully kept all like the soft fat. Like we didn't have any thick chunk. It wasn't that
Right.
hard
Right.
stuff you scrape
Right.
up. We
weren't
selected good pieces of the
Right.
trimmings.
Exactly. We weren't going to like reduce this down to
Yeah.
beef tallow or any shit like that. We're actually going to eat this thing. So
Right.
it was delicious.
You had some
delicious
leftover
burgers.
of the ground beef. Did you do something with it?
Well, the burgers, I ate the burgers every day after that until I ate all the burgers.
He goes, I'm full.
And then actually
Didn't even know
I
we had
saved all
those.
the leftover. Yeah, because when we were grinding it, I'm like, well, might as well grind the rest of this. What the hell else are we going to do with all this?
Right.
So I brought it home and just put it into pounds and froze those in the freezer. But I busted one out today and made like a Mongolian beef
How
kind
good
of
was it?
stir fry with it.
sounds
So
good.
Nice.
that came out
Delicious?
pretty- yeah, making Mongolian beef with Wagyu brisket ground up
Got any
came
of
out
that
pretty
left?
damn good. No, I ate the whole
That
damn
does
thing.
sound good.
Thanks, man.
It was like a serving for a family, and I ate the entire.
Wow.
entire
I thought we
pan.
were family, so.
So did I.
We all thought that.
Yeah.
Guess not.
I mean, sorry.
Join us next week when we vote off a member of the podcast. So let me ask you
This
this.
rose is not for you.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Matt.
Matt's gonna
We're
show
still
up to his
recording in
own-
your living room, but
He's going to show up and his chair's not going to be here. Like,
Matt, can you please go upstairs?
can you go
You're making it
upstairs?
awkward.
keep it down.
microphone's gone.
Hold it. Hold
I want to
it
go
down.
upstairs. Stop.
I wrote down. So last week we talked about the gummy bears and the colors or whatever. John sent me a message talking about the red gummy bear is actually raspberry. So if you're
Okay.
people that
Yes.
are,
That's not true.
it's probably not.
Well, I did get it from the Haribo website,
okay.
but they could be lying.
Yeah.
Hey,
Could be making
so
that
I
shit
guess you're right, Matt.
up. Yeah.
Well,
Listen, never mind, John. We have the answer over here.
right.
Matt is clearly right. So,
Yeah.
Matt, so what color is it?
Flavor?
Yeah, flavor.
It's a red 47. That's
there
the
it is.
flavor.
It's that
Yeah.
beetle, son.
Okay.
That beetle.
well, we talked about last week. I don't know if you listened to the podcast. So the green gummy bear is actually strawberry.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. That's
Makes
how
no
this whole
sense.
thing came up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did not
That's
hear
what we
that.
brought
If
it
you
back
listen
up
to
and
the
revisited.
podcast, you would
Yeah,
know
listen
that.
to the show sometime. It's a great
Well, I've
show.
had a busy week.
You'll
Like I
really
said.
like
So
it.
go F yourself.
I mean,
I
you-
do listen to the podcast.
You can listen to it when you
For
take a shower
critique. What?
Alex only listens to our podcast in the shower.
and on the way to work.
It's kind of disturbing, but I only listen to it while I'm naked.
Right. Do you also have
Don't
like?
we all?
Never mind. Yeah.
All right, move it along here.
Y'all
Yeah,
made
let's
that
just go
super
and just
fucking awkward.
keep this train moving. So
I'm gonna need a shot for
John
that one.
sent me a
Shit.
John sends me the list, like, okay, so the barbecue news and a few little tidbits that he picks up throughout the webs or whatnot, or
From
whatever
whom?
podcast that he's listening to. And
Yes.
so he got an idea from the middle guys. They did a segment talking about the celebrity green room requests that some of these musicians or celebrities put out there that they have to have in the green
I
room.
gotta have only green Skittles.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
only gotta have. I need pork rinds. I need the spicy ones, but don't get that little bacon's stuff.
Correct.
I need
yeah.
that Southern Louisiana.
So I wrote down a couple.
Yeah.
I think John has a couple he sent over to me via text, so he can read a couple of those. But I was going to read a couple of them, just let you know the kind of the craziness that they asked for, and also I was going to put it around the table. What would be your green room?
Think about it. Think about
request?
this.
Got this.
Think about it.
Okay, so number one on the list that I got here, right, Mariah Carey. We all know who she is. Reportedly, she requests kittens and doves to be in her green room, which is really crazy. Like it's just,
Sounds like chaos.
right.
Yeah. Is it? All right.
Hey,
Cat
hey,
chasing a bird
you know what
around
that
the
is?
room.
That's 2-man enter, 1-man leave. That's some Thunderdome shit from Mad Max. I know what that is.
She just sticks them in a
Kittens and
freaking
doves?
cage. Just
Yeah,
like,
you're like-
fight it out.
It's gotten dark.
Somebody's owning somebody. Good job.
All right, I'll try to run through some of these. Jennifer Lopez requests white flowers, unscented candles, and Dove soap.
Dude, I'm a Dove soap person, so yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously, you want to wash your face, wash your hands.
correct.
Dove
Hey.
feels good on the body,
Not
right?
mad
And
about
you
that.
grow up with that. It's
Very
fine.
sensible.
White flowers looks pretty. What else?
Unscented candles. Maybe she's got like an allergy or something. You know, I
No.
get it. I understand.
No.
We're moving along.
Jennifer?
We're moving along.
No, we're not moving from this.
Keep going.
She
Continue.
likes
We're not moving from this.
white flowers and unscented
Hey,
candles.
unscented candles is too much. First of all,
That's where you draw the line.
yes, this is ridiculous. Put some little color in your life. Put some aromatics. Like, I don't know why are you being so damn bougie about this? Come on, Jennifer.
man.
That's
Get your life
literally
together.
that's the name of the game with this, right? How bougie can you be?
How bougie can you be?
Maybe she just got
Well,
to knock.
That's too bougie. I don't like
got to
it.
knock over a
Yeah.
cup, right?
Right.
She's got to like.
you just had to have your
Fuck it.
no. Hey, I had this candle. No, I don't. Is it unscented? Then no. Get
Right.
out of here.
Moving along.
Next.
Lady Gaga reportedly requests a mannequin with puffy pink pubic hair in her green room.
What?
Yeah, that's kind of like one of those.
So a naked mannequin, I guess.
So, I'm sorry. Just say
Or is it not naked and she got to
Can you
check
say
it
that
out?
again? A mannequin?
mannequin with puffy pink pubic hair.
Why does it sound to me like an AI just
Wait,
made all
Is
this
she
up?
like the new
Like
Madonna?
every one of these
Is,
questions.
is she the new Madonna?
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Is this a
Right?
male mannequin or a female mannequin?
It does not say.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
It's
What's
still
its pronouns?
it's still pubic.
Okay.
It's still pubic hair, man. I don't,
No,
it's
I get
super
that.
weird.
Yeah.
We're moving along.
Lady Gaga, get your life in order. There's more important things in life than let somebody tramp around trying to freaking bring some mannequin to your dressing room so you can get your little muse. Grow the fuck up, right? Okay, Done. Got
All right.
this.
Katy Perry, she
KP.
requests no crunchy snacks.
Okay. I think that's horrible.
Maybe
And-
she has bad teeth.
We like
And-
pretzels.
Let
No.
me follow this up.
I think
Some
she
people don't like
I
the sound.
think she wouldn't hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
There's
follow
a
this up. She
term for
also
that.
specifies a certain brand of toothbrush.
Toothbrush? Bring your own damn toothbrush.
Right.
That's so weird.
Oral B.
I don't know. Maybe she's like, hey, ain't
Sonicare.
no crest
Yeah,
in
it's
my
a
hair.
new
it
Sonicare
was-
toothbrush every
It
time.
was
she
some
throws
kind of
it out.
oral. I don't know.
Some kind of.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm an
okay.
oral B
I'm
type
over.
girl.
I'm over that one. Next.
Miley
Sounds-
Cyrus has
yeah.
requested a stripper pole in her green room.
See, that's
Oh,
phenomenal.
that makes sense.
And 100%. Thank you, Miley.
As
Thank you
well-
for being practical. Yeah, go ahead.
as well as gummy bears.
Yeah. And that's a logical, practical thing, right? And thank you for being awesome.
Yeah,
I feel
wonder
like
if
there was
she
a
knows
theme
if
with
the
your
green
list.
ones are strawberry.
I don't think she does. Do you think Miley Cyrus knows the green gummy bears are strawberry?
I don't think she knows anything.
No. I think she's very
She knows
smart.
how to cash
She
those
probably
checks.
is, exactly.
She's very
probably
smart.
genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the
Seriously.
ones that you don't suspect.
No.
You know, Dolly Parton's super freaking smart, but she plays a bimbo.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I
Which
watched a
part?
documentary on her.
Of course, I knew that.
Oh, then why'd you say I didn't know that?
Because the fact
just
you,
said I didn't
the
know
fact
that.
that you're
He's being
spreading it,
facetious.
the
Oh, was
fact
it?
that you're spreading it as if like nobody knew. If you just
know what? Eat a
watched
wiener.
her life,
Let's go.
you would know this.
Watched her life? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Watched her life.
Watched.
Okay.
Through
Is
a
that bad?
peephole.
Right. Yes.
No, like
What the hell?
So,
Dude.
what would y'all's be?
have you seen The Business? She's ran.
Oh yeah. I mean,
No,
nobody's.
she's the richest person in country music. The richest.
I know.
I didn't know
You
that.
knew that too?
Yes. How do you not know these things?
I feel like you're just making shit up at this point. You didn't know that.
I did know. Have you been
Who's
to Dollar
number two?
World? Have you been to Dollar
Who's
World?
number two?
Have you been to Dollar World?
Who's number two?
Get the fuck
Okay,
out. Have you been
exactly.
to Dollar World?
Do you know where she hides her microphone?
In her
No,
hair.
you're not.
In her hair. Yep.
Oh, that's not what I was going to guess.
I didn't know we were gonna do Dolly World like Dolly Parton like trivia, but 9 to 5, she actually wrote using her nails. She had little fake nails and just doing the to get in the strumming or
I have
whatever.
heard that.
If you look at the credits to the song, credits do say her nails.
That's bizarre.
That's badass.
Jan knew that, so
Actually, I have actually
Okay.
heard that, but I did not.
it's fine.
Like once you started talking, I already knew, but I was like, I'll let you go with it.
Yeah. All right, going around the table, Alex jumped in there. He's like, "Hey, what's your green room request?"
Left Twix only.
That's so stupid. Are you being serious?
Which, by the way, is a genius commercial with a left Twix, right Twix. It's a great commercial. And first of all, everybody loves it. So your left Twix. What else?
He said, "That's it."
I do. I
I guess we
James.
get one each.
I
Nope.
want brisket nachos and a dog that's part Shiba Inu and Chihuahua.
You only get one.
Because if you have to make a crazy request like these people do, I just want that would be my crazy request.
Alex,
more than one.
Alex,
Okay. If we get a dog, I want
you got one more.
a wiener dog and a pit bull. I want a wiener pit,
Okay.
just like
All
your
right.
mom.
Who let Alex back on the podcast?
Y'all haven't heard that joke?
I thought it was the videographer. Now he just shows up and just clowning on us.
All right.
All right.
That was the joke we said about Matt for a long time, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
and
No, we
now
don't.
it's me.
Okay. Yeah.
You missed last week also, so I don't want to hear shit.
Jan,
Yeah.
John,
Jan, go ahead.
Definitely a stripper pole is happening. And then
For him to dance on.
doesn't matter who's dancing. Also, I don't know if I want like a shit. What was the gummy bears again?
You're an idiot.
Were they red or green? I'll take those.
So
yeah.
you literally just stole Miley Cyrus's pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It's fucking badass.
Gave her shit about everything, and then you
Yeah.
steal her picks.
Yeah. No, I actually gave her credit, by the way. I said it was badass. And keep
Go ahead,
going.
John. Go ahead, John.
Mine sounds so boring now. Me and Maddox listened to to the front of the middle when I was driving to school the other day, and I asked him, "What would yours be?" And I explained what a green room was and all that shit first. But I thought he was so original because he said, "I just want a dog." I mean, you guys all said freaking dog. I was like, "What the hell?"
A room full of puppies.
He just said, "I just want a dog."
Dude.
So if I'm nervous before I go on, I can pet the dog. I was like, "That's genius. That makes sense." And then you guys all said dog. I thought he would be like, blowing your minds with this shit, but you guys all thought like my 9-year-old. I just said peanut butter M&Ms in a bucket of Coors Light, and I'm ready to go. So
Yeah. Dude, a room full of puppies. And when I say room full of like puppies.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be like, that's legit, dude.
That would stress me out.
So much. There's so much. No, it's not my green room.
So much
I
like
was-
dog shit everywhere.
I would
Just
take
like,
101 Dalmatians before I go on. Can you imagine like the people running around like idiots, like buying up all the Dalmatians for like counties? Like,
When was the last time you even saw a Dalmatian?
dude, they're almost extinct or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be the fireman's dog. Yeah, it's like an extinct.
They say they're
breed.
actually like asshole dogs.
Yeah, because you can't control them.
Yeah, my dad had one. He said they're like untrainable. They're just dumb.
You have to wait about 2 years for them to calm the fuck down and start going, hey, sit, motherfucker. You're not running around. They're crazy dogs. So
I did have a list. I'm gonna before you jump. Let me
James?
jump in there.
James hasn't done his.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I got twofold. I want a before
Oh, before you go on.
the show, and then an after show.
Yeah.
All right. Before the show, I want beer. I'll say Coors Light. Yeah, we'll go with that.
a little whiskey.
Yeah.
I do whiskey and cereal, man.
Let me just have a bar. Let me have beer, beer and whiskey. After the show, man, I want Whataburger. I want just like freaking
That perfect burger.
number two is like just a whole rack of just like number 2 double meat hamburgers. Just a triangle palette of just gravy. You know what I mean? And like the spicy ketchup.
I know what you mean, man.
Can you imagine James coming in? All the
Yeah.
hamburgers have
But
cheese
you're-
on them. He just starts flipping tables.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the spicy ketchup? Oh, they're all out of spicy ketchup. Then you go to another Whataburger. And I just like slam it just all over the floor. Redo it again.
We're in New York. We had to have that flown in.
Dude, that's dangerous, bro. That's a good. one. That's good.
I
Alright.
had a couple I listed real quick. Britney Spears, her 2011 tour, she had a list. McDonald's cheeseburgers, no buns, 100 figs and prunes, toothpaste, fish and chip dinners, and last but not least, a framed picture of Princess Diana. And then this is Selena Gomez, right after she broke up with Mr. Bieber. No one on her team was allowed to be named Justin. And if they were named Justin, they had to go by a different name when they were around her.
Yeah. Probably Toby.
That sounds psychotic. I'm like, I don't want to work for you, Selena. I don't care how great you are. Go suck a D.
Yeah, and really, this whole thing started, I think, got popularized with when you were saying earlier with Skittles, but it was a bowl of M&Ms with the
Yeah.
brown ones removed, and
Right.
that was Van Halen, and everybody thought they were crazy. But they came out later and said the reason they did that is because they wanted to make sure that wherever they were going to do their show was actually reading and paying attention to what they wanted, and not just I don't know. That's what they said.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, I get that. That's funny. Yeah, good for them.
All right.
Start a trend.
Yeah. I saw an article today. A woman just emerged after spending 500 days alone in a cave.
I saw that.
Did you see this?
No.
Yeah.
Some bizarre shit.
Volunteering?
Purpose or
Yeah.
Voluntarily.
Then I don't feel bad for her.
No. I mean,
Next story,
she's,
please.
She's not feeling
I'm
bad
sorry.
for herself. She spent 500 days isolated in a cave.
Can she see?
Yeah,
Did they go blind after
I'm
a
sure
while?
she had some lights or something. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like a total dark cave or whatever.
okay.
I'm sure
it was a
she-
man cave, actually.
I'm sure she had a tent and some type of. Again, I don't know where this is. Not in America. It's probably somewhere else outside of America. But this all started. I think it was November of 2021 is when she went into the cave. It was like after. I guess
She
maybe
didn't
kind
shave
of
her legs,
It's kind of the height of the pandemic, right?
dude.
Maybe we're.
I'm not getting the Rona. I'm living in a cave.
That's what I kind of thought.
What was the
maybe
point?
that was like a. It's very like a behavioral studies. They had scientists and stuff that were
You know
that
what,
were
Cooper,
standing by and studying, and
I
she,
guarantee you, she's not the same person.
she wrote a lot. She went through the first 60 days. She was counting the days. After that, she just stopped counting. She's like, I really didn't care about counting anymore. And then after that, it was kind of a blur. She did a bunch of shit. She wrote stuff, wrote a couple of books, doing all
She
that type
went
of stuff like
fucking
that.
crazy.
She did say that she had some type of issue where she was hearing stuff.
Yeah.
auditory
lot.
perception or whatever
many-
just starts like,
how many
if there's
times do
nothing
you think
there, you start hallucinating like,
Yeah.
hearing stuff.
I knew you were going there.
know.
I knew it.
Really? What is wrong with you, bro?
She said she had a hard time speaking when she got out
Yeah. Dude,
because she hadn't talked to
I
anybody.
bet she went crazy. Like first 2 weeks, she just masturbated a lot, and after that, you're like,
What's
day
wrong with you?
60, you're like, I have nothing to live for. I'm tired of counting, and then you literally just go and like just ramble on, write random shit. You're drawing hieroglyphics. Dude, I could see this.
Or-
I think
let me-
Jan's just projecting a little bit.
Definitely 100%. Before we jump topic, let me ask you this. If you were to do it yourself,
Yeah.
what item would you want to bring with you?
Yeah,
Alcohol.
No, we'd run out.
yeah.
Did you get like endless supply of alcohol? I
Yeah.
guess?
No, that's not how it works.
You die.
Man. You get a fade. You get one item. What is your one item? Like a sixer, and I'm gonna enjoy one for the next one a month for the next 6 months. Like seriously,
Alcohol.
you're okay.
If you're gonna have to be there by yourself
It's
and not
one
have
item.
anything to do,
She blacked out
You
the
get
entire
one beer,
no, like a fucking
one bottle.
He wants a
18-wheeler full of fucking
No
bourbon.
Okay, you're.
He's
so,
gonna die.
So he hijacked a
Alex
truck
just
at
put me in a coma.
bourbon. Okay,
Right.
Alex
Matt,
has been in there
Matt,
for
what do you got?
day 750 something.
Just trying to
It's
just.
time to
Yeah.
come out.
How do you-
I'm not done with the
How,
bourbon
how do you
yet.
digest all of
I
that?
know. I'm just like
right?
trying to process.
Reel it back in.
Okay,
Okay, John.
so if the scientist asked me, he's like, what would you want to take? I was like, okay, this is what I want. I will do it, but this is what I want.
Yeah.
I need a mannequin with pink vagina hair.
Right. Why would you not?
Right.
And we're moving on.
Okay. That's,
You and Lady
We
Gaga.
have definitely derailed tonight.
Yeah,
all right.
that's
Well,
so good.
And this is the perfect segue going into the barbecue news.
hot off the grill barbecue news. Got a few things. Why is it playing again? Hot off the grill barbecue news. Let's do that twice. That was fantastic.
Loop it.
Leave it in
You
there.
have twice as much info for us today.
Yeah.
It's true. I have all the stories. The first one, I don't know if you guys have already seen this. Our friend Heath Riles has started a barbecue podcast.
Shooting the queue.
Shootin' the queue.
Yeah.
Yep. I haven't listened yet. I think he's about 3 episodes in, but I think there's plenty of room for all of us. So go check him out.
Let's go,
We like him.
Heath
He's
Riles.
great.
All right. Hey, and honestly, I mean, this dude may be one of the goats because he has helped fund and start and like get other teams on the map, and he's been a part of great teams, right? And now he's doing his own thing. But like, if you look in the stores. And you go to buy White Lightning and you go to buy some of these other seasonings, it's only because he was involved with the
Right.
making of those seasonings and everything else, right? So
He's a goat for sure.
he's awesome. So hell yeah, I'll definitely be listening.
Okay, this one is super fun if you are in Texas or somewhere that has an HEB. I just saw this when I was watching Jess Prowse live the other night. No, it wasn't on her live. It was on one of her TikToks or something. Apparently, HEB, I don't know if all of them or maybe just some of them, are now carrying picanha steaks.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this?
Yep.
They're already pre-cut, and they're already on metal skewers. So you can buy them already on the skewer, ready to go. Take them home, season them up, and grill them up.
So I've had picanha plenty of times, obviously going to steakhouses, but the most memorable was when we went to the Fuego Lento and had picanha there, and I thought that was phenomenal. He
did a good job.
They both did a great job. But yeah, so going in the handmade, what's the chimichurri they did was maybe some of the best chimichurri I've ever had. So
Well, anyways, I was excited. I thought it's just a cool idea. The HEB kind of does a lot of that kind of stuff where it's kind of ready to go, like with their quesos and all that kind of stuff. You just take it home and get to cook, and you don't have to mess with
They're
it.
pre-skewered and everything.
Yeah, ready to go. It's super cool. The last thing I have is apparently the UN has if I can bring this up, has a team that's been doing the International Meat Secretariat. It's this group that's been doing a study on livestock's role and how critical meat is in our diet. And I'm not going to read this whole thing because it's long, but I will read a little clip that came out. The FAO concludes, reaffirms that meat plays an essential role in positive health outcomes and point to the urgent need for further research on specific populations' nutrient needs, as well as the need to accelerate adoption of climate-smart livestock production. Which I don't know what the hell that means.
The highest standard
They're
evidence,
trying to make
including
sure we keep meat being grown.
facts, analysis must inform global and country-level recommendations on meat productions and consumption to harness meat benefits for humans, health, and environments.
Yeah. They're trying to make it without having the cows fart the hold
That's
the
right.
ozone.
Oh, so
that's
that's
what
what
they're
they wanted to do.
basically trying to
Okay.
say. Yeah.
We
Just
don't
give them Beano.
care.
I just think it's funny that like the UN's
like it.
Yeah, we do need meat. Like
We-
that is
Take that,
important.
vegans.
We like
Yeah,
it when our
exactly.
cows fart, and we like it when because I don't think cows farting is like the sustainable thing that people want to talk about, whatever else.
Right.
In my opinion, I'm fine with that. We like that.
They can fart a bit.
Yeah, just fart.
We'll
You
do it.
fart. Hey, it's like humans fart too, man. Like,
Right.
come on, let's get out of here.
Everybody has a butthole.
Yeah, some just smell.
Oh,
you
it goes
know?
back.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we all have buttholes, so we celebrate that.
Jesus,
Anyways, Kel was pretty excited when he sent me that little clipping, so
that's
I had
badass.
to share it.
Good.
It's pretty cool. That's what we got for the hot off the grill barbecue news. We do have a mail call.
Another?
I have a mail
We
call.
have a mail call like every episode.
So,
Yes,
also, can we share the number tonight?
we share it every night. But I can
Right.
put it on there right now.
Because I feel like you dirty little degenerates out there that aren't like calling in and razzing on one of us. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what is that number, John?
It's right there on the
It's
screen.
scrolling across the
434-829-2299. 434-829-2299.
Call in,
Yeah.
be on the show, tell us what you think about us. Are you good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent? Like, just give us some feedback. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And hey, it's not like one of those lines where we take a credit card from you.
yeah.
All right?
It's only
Unless you want us to.
it's only
I mean,
it's-
give us the
It's
number.
not Miss Cleo.
We certainly could.
Take it.
Hey,
I mean, the first minute's going to be for free.
right. It's only at the end. Wink, wink. No, but seriously, call in, leave a voicemail. Let us know what you think, and we're gonna put you on the air.
That's true. Okay. I have what did I say? The mail call?
Mail call.
I
You did.
did not bring the mail with me. This is sort of a different sort of thing that we were, quote unquote, sent, but I had to go pick it up.
And you
I've
didn't
been
bring it.
teasing about this. No, I did not bring it. But I went and got it the other day, and I
He's gonna
just
keep
made
it
a
for
little
himself.
video of it.
Oh.
So we're gonna watch it here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So
Pop it.
you guys can talk about it if you
We
want.
got a new
Is that a
truck.
new truck?
Oh,
I wish it was a new truck.
Dude,
This
what is that?
Not a new truck. This is the new LOCO kettle, which is regulated by the little thermostat. We talked about this on our
Oh
barbecue
yeah,
news.
the web. It's like a Weber, but it's
Yes,
regulated.
regulated
Yeah.
like a
pretty fucking sweet.
yeah. We talked about this probably 2
By
months
what
ago.
though?
I call it.
It's charcoal. It's just regulated. I don't know exactly how this thing works. I'll be honest with you. But we talked about it. It's got a fan built in and all that to keep your temperature where you want it. But apparently somebody saw or heard our podcast, reached out to us, said, hey, we want to send you one. It was in the back of my truck.
So who
Dude,
sent it?
We
Yeah,
are
who
going
sent it?
to.
Who sent it?
Somebody who's related to LOCO.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if
So
it's them or if it's a marketing team that works with them, but
we're gonna put this damn thing through its paces
100%.
and video every single crazy cook that we can do on this. Oh, it's happening
At my house.
Let's just see how good it is.
I'm excited. It's pretty cool. Like even the top, I just noticed I didn't even get to play with it, really mess with it at all. But I
Yeah.
did notice the lid, like the handle. When I first grabbed it, I was what the hell? The handle is really tight, but it locks on, and there's an actual a ring, there's like a gasket on the ring
seal?
of the,
Yeah.
a seal. That's what I meant to say. A gasket, a seal on the lid. So when you click it down, it's I guess
locks in.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
well,
happening.
that's cool.
It's like an oven.
holds
It's
it.
an oven.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. I'm excited to see
It's
that
gonna be
thing.
cool to play with.
Well,
Thank
just-
you, Loco.
John, just bring it over.
I will at some point. Yep. Certainly.
So just
will
bring it
do that.
over
We'll,
after.
we'll never get to see it.
I will-
Just bring it over.
Next
gonna bring
content
it.
day, we'll be allowed to
Or
come over and play
it's
with it.
either or. Listen, you bring it over to our house, or we're coming to pick that rider up.
Hey, as soon as I get some content on the last
We're
girl I brought
coming
to your
to go
house, then
that
we'll
rider
bring
up.
another one over.
You
How
didn't
about
bring
that?
one over. I brought
Hey,
one over.
I did
Yeah,
content on
you
mine.
never gave me any content for that.
Oh, you want it?
I do.
I got plenty.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is that what I have to do? Is shoot a video?
All of it.
Can you please?
Am I speaking Greek?
Okay, I don't know. Why are you gatekeeping this from us?
No, I just want to make sure we get some content out for these people that are sending us stuff, because that's
No, I
what
hear
they
you.
want.
I hear you.
That's what they want.
That's it. That's all I got. What do you say, James?
don't
James,
know.
what do you say?
Yeah, what do I say? I'm sorry. I'm like,
That's the mail, motherfuckers.
that's the mail, motherfuckers. Can we just do a hotkey? Just like,
Yeah, James doesn't want to have to say it every time.
Okay, I'm gonna make a key for
It's
that
actually
too.
better when you say it, James.
yeah.
Hey,
That's
by the
mail,
way,
It's kind of like the
motherfuckers.
jingle. Jan does the jingle every time.
You already did it. You're good.
Now you overdid it.
Fuck the
Robert.
mail.
No, nobody's
Yeah, that's
doing
too far.
You got fucking mail.
Yeah.
Now we got to pay Yahoo. All right, let's roll into. So we got a couple more segments planned for you guys. Hey, do you want to go into a beer review? We can switch this up. Do not pay attention to the order in the syllabus that you guys have.
I don't know.
We're
It's
not.
highlighted. It's bolded. I don't know. Are we allowed to
said-
skip that?
I know.
Break.
Are you guys
for-
reading the syllabus?
Commercial
Yes,
break coming
let's
up.
slide into that first. Want to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
do.
do.
Do that. Okay. Let's do it. All right.
Let's do it.
Pay some bills here from front of our friends in the Oddpods Media Network. This episode is brought to you in part by Oklahoma Joe's new Ryder Deluxe pellet grills.
Since the company's humble beginnings in 1987, Oklahoma Joe has helped those who appreciate the process and the craft of smoking.
What began with Joe Davidson, a member of the Barbecue Hall of Fame, and a dozen hand-built smokers at the Oklahoma State Fair over 30 years ago, has since forged an Oklahoma Joe's brand that builds some of the most sought-after smokers.
Oklahoma Joe has a proud history of creating uncompromising smokers and grills with carefully crafted design, and the newest generation of the popular Ryder Series pellet grills carries on this tradition.
The new features in the Oklahoma Joe's Ryder Deluxe pellet grills include a Pit Control 2.0 system that delivers the category's first dual-sensor temperature control.
Fire-focused dual sensor feedback optimizes temperature control based on selected cooking styles, low and slow smoking, or high heat grilling.
A power feed system that boasts the high torque auger motor that powers through pellets for incredible power and performance.
The new Ryder Deluxe series builds on several popular features, including smoke and sear modes, which features an impressive temperature range that runs from 200 degrees Fahrenheit to a searing hot 650 degrees Fahrenheit, and a 20-pound quick draw hopper that allows unused pellets to be drained in seconds for simple storage, removal, and swapping of pellet flavors. Guys, if you want to find out more information about the new Ryder Deluxe series pellet grills from Oklahoma Joe, check out the Oklahoma Joe's website, and the link is in our description in the bio, and that's oklahomajoes.com.
Hi, I'm Tina Jaramillo,
And I'm Hillary Doherty.
and we host the Muck podcast, where we discuss the dark and sometimes weird true stories in American politics.
Hey, Tina, did you know that Elvis crashed the Nixon White House for the sole purpose of getting a DEA badge? And it worked?
What? Or how a gun control advocate senator out of California engaged in gun trafficking with notorious gang leader Shrimp Boy.
Shrimp Boy, I remember him. Okay, so, we cover all of that and more from maladies, madness, mischief, and murder in U.S. politics.
And we also host a bi-weekly interview segment called Lil Muck.
We interview politicians, journalists, activists, and others who share their experiences in politics.
Find the Muck podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and check us out on social media at the Muck Podcast.
With that, maybe we can slide into that grabbing a brisket.
Bow, 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 wow.
Just always got to get a last
all I
word
got.
in
What the
there.
hell that was, but
I'm just trying to add a little bebop to this, man. A little doo-wop.
Well, where is it?
bop, bop, boo, wop.
No,
Calm
no,
down.
shut up.
Calm down there, Hanson.
Just stop it.
Okay, well, James brought us a beer, and
Okay,
is
so-
it a Martin House? Or?
It is not a Martin House beer.
okay.
This is brought to you by, this is our good buddy Curtis Gandy. He had came across his beer in his worldly
Curtis
travels.
Old KG.
Let's
Yeah.
go, Curtis.
And so he saw it.
All
He
right.
ordered it. I
Hell yeah.
think it's coming from the Modest
The Pearland
Brewing
boy.
Company.
Modest Brewing Company? Where's
Modest
this at?
Brewing Company. So today, they're located up in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota, eh?
Yeah. Don't you know?
Minnesota.
So
Okie
today we have the Hormel Chili
No.
Cheese Brew.
No.
Dude, let's
I'm so
go.
excited.
Yeah,
Pop
pass,
this.
pass that around
Amazing.
so everybody can peep that can out.
Yeah.
This
Pop
can, like the deal on the outside looks like the kids menus when you go to a restaurant and you have to follow like the little trail. To,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So pass it around. I'm going to go ahead and it's a chili cheese brew from Modest Brewing Company, and it asks the question: is how can a beer taste like a chili cheese dip? Well, let me tell you, this is a crushable American lager featuring Minnesota Pilsner barley malt and flaked corn. With this delicious corn chip flavor base, we concocted a mix of savory spices and a hint of cheddar cheese powder to bring the flavors of Hormel chili cheese dip
Smell
to
this,
life.
James. Smell this.
Yeah.
Smells like we opened a can of chili up in here.
I took a picture of it because my daughter loves Hormel chili.
Dude,
Oh, man.
this
I don't know what's wrong with her because
this is the Martin House in Minnesota. Are they the Martin House
It's
in
what
Minnesota?
it's what it's looking like. I went to the website. Look, they have a lot of different beers.
Okay.
Nothing like huge like flavor like crazy wise.
Yeah.
They have a lot of THC infused seltzers.
Who doesn't like THC?
Right.
Oh, I can smell it from here.
I'm excited. I'm
I'm
excited about
not.
this.
Dude, it smells like a bowl of chili. It smells like a washed out bowl of. Like, think about. Okay, here's the deal.
Do I get a
Okay.
glass or a
Here's the deal.
Yeah, the can. You want to trade? Take a trade?
Let's say
I'll do
you
the can.
had a bowl of chili,
Jesus.
and then you ate it all, and you went to the sink,
Yeah, and you rinse it out.
and you rinse it out,
Threw it up.
and then you smell the bowl
This is
just to
horrible.
see if it smells like chili, and you're like, "Damn, that still does."
Honestly, I didn't eat dinner. This smells amazing.
That's
Can we
what
just
it
go ahead and
smells
say
like.
thank you, Curtis? We appreciate it.
Let's go,
Before-
Curtis.
Before we have a taste,
Is
let's
he trying to make us
yeah.
throw up?
Dude.
I ate Hormel chili last night.
Jesus, dude.
It smells horrible.
I can't listen. I don't know if I can take a drink while I smell this. It's what I'm having a hard time with.
Oh God.
dude.
Nope. I'm out.
Oh, you're such
all right.
a pansy.
Dude, that's not good.
Oh God. no. Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna have another sip. I think I'm good with that first sip.
Seriously?
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm good with that first sip.
Here,
Pass them this way.
here. Oh, you're fucking disgusting. What is wrong with you? Who hurt you as a child?
He's the kind of person who puts ketchup on a hot dog. So
Hey, I do that too.
You want some more, James? I can pour this other one in yours.
oh,
Okay. I had my score. Are you all ready or no?
There you go. Nope, you're not into it. I'm on my own here. Is that what you're saying?
you know what, John? Why don't you rate it first?
I like this.
I'm sure you do, John.
I'm eager to see your score for sure.
You know, at work, we have a chili competition, and the person that gets the last
Do it.
place,
Good.
it's
Do it.
called the barf bag. And it's
They should have to drink one of these
the
beers.
worst chili that you put out there. I think maybe we can probably come up with the equivalent to the Grab and the Brisket, the worst beer.
The fact that John just poured.
I'm
your
not saying
beer
this is
into
going to be
his
it.
beer
I'm just
is
saying we could probably come up with a
Not good.
barf bag beer category of the worst.
No.
Yeah, it goes beyond whatever our lowest rated
Can
are.
we just stop
This
for
is
a
like,
second?
you know,
This is the most disgusting
Oh, you're so full of
thing
shit.
we've
No.
done as a beer on
Oh,
this
okay.
podcast.
Yes. 100%.
Worse than the pizza beer?
this is worse
Yes.
than pizza
Yeah,
beer.
I didn't have
This
the
is
pizza
worse
beer,
than pizza
so-
beer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and the article that I read, Hormel reached out to these guys
Please
And they're
stop.
like, "Are you
Cease and
sure?"
desist.
to they to create this beer,
They listen.
and that's what they thought they were getting a cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they had made something or whatever, but they wanted this. I was like,
So
okay.
can I just say no?
It tastes like chili and it tastes like Fritos.
It tastes like water. It smells like watered down chili, and it tastes like a.
hey,
You know when you open a can of chili and it has that little bit of water on the top of it?
It's like you took a
little-
sip of
That's
that.
what they fucking did. They poured this shit in a
as
cup
Jan
and
would
sold
say,
it to us.
one more
This is
sip.
horrible.
One more
I'm
sip.
sorry. I can't.
All right, let's be nice, guys.
No, I
I'll-
can't.
Let's go. Let's
I
go.
can go first.
Listen, John. I'm all about one more sips.
Hey,
One more sip.
sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make a omelet.
I'm gonna go first.
Maybe I
if
was
you don't
very
mind.
mean on that.
Go for it.
I'm gonna rate it first because I want to set the tone for this appropriately.
It's not awful. I don't care what you say. It's not awful.
It's not
I'm not
horrible.
saying it's a 10. I'm just saying it's not that bad.
Well, then I have a feeling I might be
Okay,
the lowest.
It is what it is. You do get a little
No,
bit
you
of a
won't be.
beef flavor, a
Little
little bit of a
beefy,
chili,
little chili
spice.
powder.
No,
and a
what
little
you
bit of corn
what
chip.
you have is you have this moment where you're like, am I going to have indigestion tonight or not?
That's exactly what I felt when I
Am
said
I
it.
going to?
I was like, I'm going to be
am I
sick.
going to have the whole
Heartburn.
stomach
Yeah.
issues,
Like-
or am I going to?
Maybe.
Do I have to sleep in
Look,
a chair tonight, or can I lay in bed?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what we're talking
Are you
about.
gonna pass that back?
And
Or?
I'm
Yeah.
when I say this,
Almost
I'm
said though.
saying this
Hold on.
sincerely.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to poo poo on it and all whatever, but it's like you just drank a Coors Light after you just ate a bowl of chili
and burped.
and just all that is
No.
just mixing up in your
No,
stomach.
it's like you drank. No, it's like you. Yes, it's
You
like
have
you
that-
ate
it's
it.
when you have that little acid reflux
it's like
of
you
that
ate-
chili, and then you drink,
No.
you just swallow it again.
It's like
That's
you
what that
ate a
feels.
bite of chili and then took a drink of Coors Light and then dumped a bite of chili on top of that. Right? No matter what, you're just getting like this watered,
Yeah, I don't think
crisp
there's no way
chili.
this
drink.
ever works. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do think it works, James.
It was a publicity thing, I'm sure. But
Oh, it's got to be.
100%.
Matt, what's your score?
All right, I'm going to give them credit that it
You
is.
motherfucker! He just killed the beer.
Ugh.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
that
so-
wasn't my beer.
No, I'm gonna give them credit because it is exactly what they marketed as. So they get credit for that. It is a Hormel chili beer.
How many points do you get for something like that?
With that being said, I'm gonna give it a 0.4.
A 0.4.
A
Is
zero.
That bad?
A 0.4.
No.
It's a horrible
You're wrong.
score. It's a
0.4.
horrible score.
No, because it activates my gag reflex to drink that beer.
Oh, you didn't have enough. Go ahead, Jen.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I have a score, and actually, I'm going to be higher than I thought it was going to be.
Because it's not that
on
bad.
this, but I'm not going to be as high as everybody thinks I'm going to be. I'm not going to
gonna
do
do everything.
what everybody thinks I'm going to do.
Flip out.
0.4.
I'm gonna go 6-0.
No.
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Told you.
You
This
are
is
just-
not that bad.
6-0.
No. No.
James, I'm sorry.
I disagree.
No.
Still
Yeah.
your thunder. 6-0.
Alex, go ahead.
I think I rated a Coors Light around 5-6.
You
And
made-
I'm
you
not
made a
rating
mistake.
it above
You made a
a Coors
mistake.
Light.
Well,
And
made
you
a
like
mistake.
Coors Light.
Yeah, I'm not rating it
So-
above
You
Coors
It's your
Light.
made
drinking
it
choice.
a mistake.
I made what a mistake.
Your Coors Light judging.
No, I put all just light
Nope.
beers in one category.
This is
Miller
how you-
Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light.
This is a
everything
light beer.
just
This beer is light. It's a
half.
6.0. I don't know what's going on. If you have a score, then say it. But don't tell
Yeah,
us.
what is your score?
Don't tell us what it's not. Tell us what it is.
okay, I'm going 3.0.
Oh, God.
It's awful.
Jesus.
I think that's too high. I think it's way too high.
Okay, Alex.
You know what?
One?
I can respect
One.
that.
It's a
One.
one. It's not for me.
I can't even give it a whole.
I don't think y'all had as much as I did. It was actually not that bad. It finishes
Just
so
smelling
smooth.
it.
Yeah.
So smooth.
No, it was.
I
it's-
actually
it's not
want-
for me.
I like the smell.
I actually want to try their Pilsner. Their
Curtis.
just regular Pilsner
Yeah, because
beer.
I feel like there's
I
a
feel
good
like
beer
there would
in
be a
there.
good beer, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
just delivered. That's a delivery. Listen, I'm not saying it's the greatest beer I've ever had.
No.
It's a 6-0.
No, it's
This
not.
beer is a 6-0.
That's a bad. That's
what
a
it
bad
is.
score.
It's a 6-0.
No, I enjoyed this beer.
It's a
I
good
would
mix.
buy
If
this
you
beer
had-
again.
If you brought
Is-
those over to the house
is it
and
a
I didn't have any
6-0?
beer and you're like, you want one of these?
What was your score?
I would
didn't
drink
give one
water.
yet.
Huh?
I didn't give one yet. Matt's right. It tastes like what they said it's going to taste like. It tastes. It's got,
wasn't
it's got
bad.
the little chili powder flavor in there.
What's the
It's got-
ABV on this?
I don't know.
I do not have
It's got
it.
a little beefy flavor.
Yeah.
And it's definitely got like some salty corn.
It's got the tomatoey flavor
Hey,
from
so-
A little
from
bit. Yeah,
chili
it
too.
tastes like what
What's
they
your
say
score?
it tastes like.
Brother,
I'm going
help me.
7.4.
Oh, my
This
God.
is good.
That's
I would,
so-
Damn it.
I would drink it
Yeah,
again. I would
damn
buy it again. I like it. I think it's good.
It's a great-
It's good. I
Listen,
wouldn't drink it every day,
by a
but I would have
campfire?
no problem. Yeah, because I was going
On
to
a-
say,
on
sit
a
in my
winter
backyard,
night?
watching basketball. I drink all kinds of beers back there.
Yes.
I would bust one of these
Good for
open.
you,
This
man.
is
Just when you thought you
Good
knew somebody.
fun beer.
you.
This is fun,
Yes.
dude.
I don't see the BP.
No.
I don't need
see it.
another
course, it's
freaking
kinda dark. I can't
juicy pine needle IPA or any of this. Mix it up. Make something different.
I
I
will
think it's
take
good.
the worst IPA I've ever had over that. I will take the pizza beer over that. I mean,
would see now. I feel bad that I missed the pizza beer because you guys do
This is
that.
5.5%.
There we go. This
It's
is
a
good.
great beer.
no.
This
no,
is a
it's not.
great
No,
beer.
It's not. Don't.
Hey, listen, I was a little harsh in the beginning.
Hey, one more sip.
You've redeemed yourself. One more sip is a thing. Thank you, John, for reminding me. And yeah, chili cheese brew, man. There it is.
Yeah.
Now, when
thank you, KG.
Thanks for sending it to us.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Curtis.
That's the grabbing the brisket. Beer review.
I wasn't participating in that one. No.
That's so weird.
That
man.
was bad.
Matt, you got to
Bro.
participate in the team's meeting here, all right?
right.
Yeah, he's definitely getting voted off the island.
Right.
And we're jumping into the I
Barbecue
guess
segment.
we're wrapping it up, and no pun intended.
We have the barbecue segment.
We're wrapping up the rib talk.
That's right.
So last week we got into talking about doing a little bit of the seasoning, the injection. Now we're putting the ribs on the pit. Now we're cooking them, right?
Yeah, we're
No,
going
that's
to
right.
get into the cooking and finishing it. We're wrapping up. Yeah, exactly what you said. You just said. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
The correct response was yes to him, John.
I forgot
So-
to show the
so
the
just-
beer during our review.
There
I
you
just
go.
put it on the screen, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see what this beer was we just had. That's it.
So just a quick recap as far as like the ribs and whatever else from last week. So you went through temperature, you went through seasoning, you went through.
No, we did not go through any temperature, any cooking. We just went through a little bit of injection and seasoning.
Injection,
You talked a little bit about wrapping.
So
marinating, yeah.
did anybody
The
say like?
A-frame method that he
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah, he did talk a little about how he likes to wrap.
See, he wants a
He
boat.
does.
He wants to.
He does a little teepee
Up
method,
top,
the tent
yeah.
method.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty genius.
It helps
Yeah.
the steam, whatever
We've done
else. Yeah, we've all
It
done
just
it.
keeps the top from
Yeah.
getting screwed up.
Yeah, it doesn't rub your seasoning off.
But I'm just saying, like, are we? Is this the like? So we move past.
We're talking about how do you actually cook them. You've seasoned them. They're ready to go on. What temperature are you going to do? How long are you smoking them for? Are you
Right,
wrapping
so
them at what point? This kind of stuff.
I just want to go back one step, like just because obviously y'all covered this and everything else. But I just want to say one thing. It's like this new episode. We're talking about
Ribs.
ribs and just keep going, John.
I don't know what you're going to say.
No, you don't have to worry about me. I know what I'm gonna say.
We're
Yeah.
talking about ribs. We're talking
Yeah.
about finishing up the ribs. This
Finishing
is
them up. Right?
Yeah.
Finishing.
Yep.
How do you cook the damn ribs? That's what we're talking about. We've talked
Wrapping
about
up rib
buying
talk.
them. We talked about picking them. We talked about trimming them. We've talked about seasoning them, injecting them. They're ready to go. Let's get them on. How do you want to do
So
that?
I'm going to tell you right now, more is more.
100%.
And that's the one thing that I want people to know about barbecue. It's all barbecue. More is more. If you're gonna like cook one rib in your skillet or do something that you're gonna like inside the house and whatever, like if you're trying to break down a rib and break down the meat and proteins and have your seasonings come up like on top, more is more. That's the one thing I think people have a hard time with. They just don't season.
Right.
That's
Outside of
that's the rookiest mistake with most every novice when it comes to barbecue.
they're not using enough.
They don't do enough.
Yeah.
And then if you did, then you would see like, oh my God, this is way too much. Well, dial it back then,
Yeah.
right? That's the point. You're like, okay, dial it back a little bit because it's like the difference between good barbecue and great barbecue is somebody that used enough seasonings.
Right.
And
Correct.
that's the moment I think that nobody ever talks about. It's like we give you how to do it, but we never tell you how much seasoning to put on.
Cake that shit on there.
Cake,
And it's different
Cake.
backyard to competition.
cake
Yeah.
that stuff on there. Find your season, your season profiles. Find what like makes you tick, whatever
Yes.
else.
Play
But
with it.
That's the moment where you're like, this is my barbecue right here. I have this flavor profile, or I have this, whatever else. So I just want to recap last week's. I wasn't here for this, but this week I am. So yeah,
And we appreciate that.
that's it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming out.
So now we can
All right.
go right into this.
Okay,
More
okay.
seasoning.
Your ribs are seasoned. They're trimmed. They look
trimmed.
beautiful. They've
Yeah.
sweated it out. They're ready to go on. What temperature are you starting them at? Or does it depend upon the pit? Does it depend upon different things?
it's so everything's always temperature controlled. It doesn't matter what you're cooking on. A drum, a offset smoker.
What if you're doing it on a Weber?
It doesn't matter.
What if you're doing
The temperature
baby
doesn't
backs
matter.
on a Weber instead of St. Louis, and you want to do a little more grill method than you do
Yeah.
smoking?
Well, I
method?
mean, we want to go back. I mean, the temperature does matter.
Well, it all matters. I'm saying, but it just matters on what temp you're. Like, I'm not starting my temp at one temperature and finishing at a different temperature.
Right.
Because I want the even smoke, right? I want
Right,
the
right,
even
right.
temperature,
Yeah,
even
for sure.
smoke, even whatever else, right? Like what I introduce to that in between those times is up to me.
So what's your go-to temperature for ribs?
275.
Okay. I was going to say between 250, 275. I will say if I'm doing it on a pellet grill, sometimes I'll go lower just because it doesn't produce as much smoke, and I want it to be able to have more time to absorb the smoke. But outside of that,
Yeah, 275, and I want a heavy smoke in the beginning, and at that point, within an hour and a half, I don't care.
yeah,
I don't care about any more smoke. All I care about heat and getting done.
consistency. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think what you're cooking on really doesn't matter
Yeah.
to a certain extent unless you're dealing with like direct heat coming up from below. The drums, you produce.
Well,
a little
drums
bit
have
more,
the diffuser. The pellet grills.
Correct.
I agree though.
but
They're right there.
Ideally, you want a constant temperature. You want to be around the 275, 300 range can be okay as long as you're not like it's too hot that it's scorching the bottom of the ribs or whatever if you're in a drum. But ideally, you want to go. You don't want to go low and slow. I think low and slow.
I don't mind 300, James, except it's a timetable. Like the temperature with pork, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. It just matters about the timetable. Like, can you adhere to the timetable? And like, if you run at 300, then you could force yourself to be done in 3 hours versus 4.5 hours, which you're still going to break the meat down. In my opinion, it's not the same. Like, you need a little bit longer to break it down.
Yeah.
But to me, that if you're hotter temperature, less time on the pit.
Yeah.
It's less time for everything, though.
It all goes back to knowing your pit and knowing how it's going to run, how
That's
long
right.
it's going to take.
Yeah.
Letting it run how it wants to run.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we were. I mean, this series has
But-
been
yeah, but it's
specifically
not-
talking about competition ribs, so we got to keep that in mind
but
too.
I think so. If you think about this, barbecue, like obviously know your pit, like that. Know your barbecue pit. You know how this pit should run. Don't make it run a different way. Yes, 100%. Like check mark, right? The other caveat to this is more of like, how do you want it to come out? So it's a battle. You're battling yourselves and the barbecue pit. I think that's the yin and yang to it, because you're really wanting, like, you have an idea of what the flavor profile should be. And when you don't get that, you're like, shit, was it me or was it the barbecue pit? You're always fighting yourself and you're always fighting the barbecue pit when it comes to this. A temperature is the idea thing. Maintain this, but are you fighting yourself? How much seasoning did you put in? How did you do something different? And no matter whether we want to say we're not going to do something different on a cook-off, how many times do we go to a cook-off
you've got to be able to
and try
adjust on the
something
fly.
different? It's the craziest thing.
And you've got to be able to adjust if it doesn't go the way you want
That's
it
right.
to. If you want
That's
to run it
right.
at 250 and that pit wants to run at 300 that day
That's
for
the
some
moment.
reason, you've got
Or
to
you
be able to
start running out
adjust.
of
Yes,
time and you're
that's
like,
the moment
shit,
right there.
Yeah.
we're running out of time.
I gotta
We
choose
were going
this.
to run at 275. We better bump this up to 300
Right.
just to make turn.
I was never a Traeger fan, never. Right? I was like, fuck Traeger. I'm not ever going to be a Traeger fan. A pellet cooker or anything else.
that sponsor.
I'm being serious. That's how I was though. I was like, I cannot.
If you go back and listen to some of the first 20 or so episodes, there's some going back and forth.
That's how it was. However, we went to a cook-off and our briskets did not. They just weren't cooking. Right? They just weren't. The flow. The flow was too big. Something was too big. We weren't cooking.
Was that
And-
VFW?
And John goes, I think it was like
I think it was Alvin. Alvin or Pasadena.
Alvin. And John goes, or maybe even Pasadena. John goes, you want to put in the Traeger? And I laughed and I go, yes.
Yeah, I think we put the Traeger at like 300 and just put them on there and finished it off.
Within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were wrapped at that point, so we didn't
didn't
care
matter.
about smoke
It's
or anything
just
didn't
an
else.
matter.
oven
It was-
at that point.
It
Exactly.
just
Consistent
enabled
and-
us not to fuck with it so much, not to screw with it so much, and,
Right.
and turn around and worry about something different. But dude, it came out money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not
Should not
sorry.
be sorry.
Sorry, not
sorry,
sorry.
mother.
Let's get back
trucker.
on to talking about ribs.
I was just
No,
going
I
to
get
say,
that.
yeah,
I get
so,
that.
Yeah,
I just
we
wanted to like
sidetracked.
we digressed.
Okay,
I just
you-
want to say
you're
that-
running them, okay? You're running
So-
them at 250,
So my point was, it's
Rule
like
of thumb, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
275.
75.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we-
how long you run them like that? Is it a time or is it a temperature?
I mean, you said no.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying it. We can sit here and beat around the bush. We can sit here and talk about every different temperature range that we can cook at, and obviously every cook-off that we go to, there's something that happens, and we can. Okay, this pit just spiking at 300. We have to cook at 300, or this thing cannot get above 250. We have to cook at 250. But I think a general rule of thumb, we like to cook around 275. It gets to 300, then okay, that's fine. We'll manage. We'll deal with it. You get the smoke on it. We like to, everybody says go for color. You want to go for color, and once you get your color, you can wrap. And once you do enough competition, you kind of gauge out your time tables. Like, okay, especially if you're doing a barrel and you have a one of the little
gurus or
the
whatever.
gurus that monitors your temperature. It's like you already know. It's like
it makes it easy. Right?
It's going to take
you're not really,
an hour and a half to do
lot
this.
easier.
Then I
Yeah,
wrap.
but are
and
you
then it
really
goes into
cooking?
whatever.
Of course you are.
That's a different episode. We'll get into. Yes, I mean you
course
are
you are.
cooking. Yes.
Yeah, you are, but you're not. I just think that I
boy.
agree with what you're saying, James. I just think that like when it comes to ribs, like once you change the temperature, you're changing the outcome as far as like how long these ribs are going to cook, and how long do you want to make the desired fall off the bone that you want. And in your opinion, right now, for a comp rib, at what temperature are you pulling?
It depends on what competition you're cooking.
What
What
sanctioning
governing
IBCA.
IBCA,
we're
we're taking it close to like 212.
Yeah, you're taking it all the way up. You
So-
want it to fall apart.
people don't talk about this, right? Nobody talks about what temperature they're actually pulling or anything.
I have
else.
it on bullet point number 3. We're talking about.
Look at bullet point 3 if you would, Jan. It's right down there.
And
Sorry, Jen.
You're welcome.
So wait, I don't know if we already said this. So for wrapping, for the folks that are trying to create an outline and cook their first, Boomer's playing the drums on our microphone over here, and cook their first rack of ribs or do their first competition. When are they wrapping? Are they just going by color? Or are they going, okay, it's been 2 hours, it's time to wrap? Or are they going,
you
it's
should
at
wrap to a
165, let's
temperature.
wrap?
This is why I don't believe in wrapping on color. You wrap to a temperature.
Okay.
Like,
See, I don't feel that way
your
about.
meat should
Yeah,
have
I
the
don't
color
believe
you
that.
need.
I don't agree with that.
Not always, because it depends on. Again, I think it can
I mean, I don't-
depend
yeah, I
upon
don't
what you're
think
cooking
anybody-
You're talking about brisket,
probes.
though. You're talking about brisket. Like for ribs,
Ribs.
you're going to have the color you want.
on. Yeah,
It's just gonna
I guess
happen,
if you're
right?
if you're at the
If you're
temperature
talking
and you have the
brisket,
color, yeah.
If you're talking about brisket, I could see not
have
having
to go by
the
the bark.
color.
Yeah, bark for sure.
I could see not having the color, but that's one point that I'm wrapping at temperature anyways. I'm still going to wrap at 175 and 180
Yeah,
for
but-
brisket.
I mean, we never really put probes into our ribs to figure out when it goes to 170 or 180. You know what I mean? We always kind of just like starting off. We always went with a timetable. Like, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
2
we're
hour
gonna
mark.
But not
at
anymore. We
275
probably-
degrees, smoked for 2 hours,
Is there a
and then we
beer over
wrap.
there? Is there a beer? Can we get a beer over here? Like, I'm drowning. I can't. Thank you. I hear what you're saying, but that was in the beginning. But the beginning was crazy, man. Like we were very successful in the very beginning, but we had no idea why we were that successful, right? It wasn't the way it is today. Like our judging system, the way that people cook today, is nothing like. Hell, the fucking briskets aren't as big as they are now as they were back then.
Right.
Like, it just wasn't the same.
I feel like and we're not strict to that timetable, but I think that's still loosely 2 hours is kind of like, yeah, it's probably time to wrap around 2 hours.
At a
is
certain
probably
table,
where you want
and,
it.
we say color. Your look and appearance on the ribs
Yeah.
is ultimately what matters. You want those
Yeah.
bones to
I
start
agree.
drawing back.
Yeah. Hey, show me those teeth, right?
Correct.
You want to see that pulled back.
Yeah.
You want to see how the color happens, because the color helps the sheen, right? Once you have the color of the rib, and it's not just through the smoke. The smoke's going to darken whatever else, but it's a certain color. You want the thing to shine, right? And that's what we're looking for. We want that sheen to happen. And then once you add the glaze or anything else that we do to it, that's where it comes from. But we've been very successful. I think ribs have been very successful up until like last year. And it just seemed like, even though we're not doing as many cook-offs, I'm sorry, this last year, I feel like it just wasn't that good.
This year was good. And the one we did out at Austin,
Yeah.
that was our best ribs in a long time.
No, compared to last year's, it wasn't.
Yeah, last year's was awful. This year was good.
I haven't
You haven't backwards.
mixed. Okay. Yeah.
We got better on ribs and got shittier on chicken.
Chicken. I'm sorry. That's what it was. Yeah.
But I mean, I think we're going to try to put together a comp rib tutorial video that some of you guys can go there. Obviously, a lot of people that listen to us are already competition cookers, and they know a lot of this stuff, and they're just like probably screaming at the phone
I
right
hope
now.
so.
Like,
Hey, call in. The number is wrong. Call in 434-829-2299. Tell us what we're doing wrong.
give us your tips.
Yeah, or give tips. Just give a tip that we can share. We'd love to do that. It's awesome.
We're never going to admit
us some
we're
feedback.
wrong. We're
Yeah,
just going to
but
keep doing the
there's-
same thing over.
There's 100 different things and 100 different ways that you could do, and you find a method that's going to work for you.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, it's like, do you want to learn how to cook ribs? Straight out of the box, if you want to do competition ribs, or you want to cook ribs in your backyard, if you got a pellet grill, or if you want to man an offset smoker.
In your oven.
Fine, oven. 275 degrees. You're going to smoke for 2 hours. You're going to wrap that baby up, and you're going to cook it for another 2 hours.
And let it rest for
And then you're
about
going to
30
pull
minutes.
it off, let it vent, and then let it rest for like 30 minutes, like Jan said. Cover it with a little sauce. You can put it back on an open pit or in an oven. Let that sauce kind of set up a little bit.
Be a little tacky.
Money. Everybody is going to try those ribs, and they're going to be like, these are the best fucking ribs that I've ever had in my life.
So I will say this.
Are they going to
if-
win a competition? Probably
Yeah.
They could.
Who
depending
knows?
on
The
the
problem-
flavor profiles
no,
and
you're
all
not.
stuff like
You're
that.
never
I
going
mean,
to win a competition doing this, because I will tell you this right now. That it is a great method, and that's the only method you should ever come by. If your ribs taste like everybody else's ribs, mushy, it's tender, it's whatever, then the whole thing holding you back is the flavor. So start playing with the flavor and find the flavor. Ribs is all flavor. You can overcook a rib, and for the IBCA, you need to overcook it. KCBS, you probably need to overcook the
Champions
rib.
Barbecue Alliance. Yeah.
KCBS, you
yeah.
have to undercook it.
Undercooked. Well, not undercooked.
I say
but-
undercooked. You have to cook
It's
them
off the
normal.
bone, right?
Right.
Off the bone. For champions,
Don't fall off the bone for champions. Bone
because
Star.
yes,
Fall off the bone.
and yeah,
But
but
they're not allowed to touch it, right?
the
They have to use a
seasoning,
fork.
the seasoning, the sauce, the combination, and that's what sets you apart. Because anybody can make a fall off the bone rib.
That's the first step, though, right? Like I'm not gonna say it's the most important thing, but if you don't have the fall off the bone rib in these sanctioning bodies, you're
done.
already out.
You'll
Yeah,
finish
it-
it
he's-
last. Not
2
or
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I'm
But
trying
Jan's
to,
right.
trying to get it by.
After that, it's you've
The
got to
flavor.
somehow
You got to pop. It's
yeah,
that
you got to
pop
separate
moment.
yourself from
It's-
everybody
it's
else.
It's not about having a, oh my God, that's apple. Like nobody cares that's cherry or that's apple or that's whatever. Like that's not like when you're judging, you're like, okay, great. That's something. That's a flavor. That's sweet. That's because you're tasting everybody else's stuff, right? That's sweet. This is this. This is that. You need something to go boom. Something that hits and just ends very quickly. That's what you need for a flavor profile. I think that's a money move. And if you can find that combination, which a lot of cooks do, and they're very successful.
Yeah. We have not found that combination yet.
Bro.
So,
We
if
have
you-
in the
if
past.
you-
But
if
we're
you
right
know
there.
it,
It's changing.
let us
We're
know.
right there. We're right there.
Okay, so let's recap real quick.
Yeah.
You're wrapping around 2 hours when the color's right. When you're at what temperature did you say you like to wrap your ribs?
170, 180.
Okay, so you're wrapping right around there. It's probably about the same timetable. And then, because we're talking about competition, if you're KCBS, you're probably pulling those around 204, maybe 205.
Yeah.
CBA, you're getting closer to 210.
Yep.
And then if you're doing IBCA,
212.
you want
Just
them.
run 'em.
Yeah,
Just
when
run
they
'em.
hit 212, pull them off. I wouldn't keep them on there much longer
Yeah.
than that because they're going to start drying out and being a mushy mush.
Yeah,
But
you don't
when
want
they get right
that.
at about 212, you're good.
A money move right here is add something at the very end. Add something that's fresh, like a fresh taste, or something that's going to pop. It's very noticeable on the palate, but not just linger. Right? You want something just there, but not lingering.
Like a finishing dust.
That's it. A finishing dust.
Talked about that last week.
A graded, just a little bit of lemon zest or something, right? Just find something that's going to hit and go yes, but it ends really quick. That's That's a moment somebody goes, oh, 10.
Okay, we didn't touch on this either because we're trying to be as complete as we can here. When you do wrap your ribs, are you putting something in that wrap with it? Because we didn't talk about that really.
I don't think it matters. I think
you don't think it matters at all.
I think you put something in because you need that steam ability or that steam. You need something steaming in there. But James, like if you added, and we cooked. I mean, how many racks of ribs have we cooked, James?
Yeah, a lot.
Thousands.
Okay, yeah. I would
Right?
say thousands, but
Thousands.
A lot.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, serious, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so many racks of ribs. Like water. Water would be a substance in there, but honestly, you want something with flavor. You want something that's going to help break down the meat. Water could do the thing. a au jus or a chicken broth or a beef broth could do the same.
Apple juice.
Apple
Yes,
juice.
exactly. That's
It
what I was
doesn't.
going with.
It
Apple
doesn't
juice.
matter, right? I mean, like whatever. What everybody else does, right? Currently, dude, we're apple juice. Does it matter what apple juice we're doing?
Maybe.
Or
I don't know.
butter and
brand.
brown sugar.
yeah,
Right?
I think everybody in the comp circuit.
Like
and-
you're
and-
that. What I'm saying is like, are you that? Like, is it that? The fact you have to have a certain type of apple juice. You have to have this much liquid versus this much whatever.
No, I
Do
don't
you
think
it's that.
I don't think it comes down to the brand of apple juice, but
I don't think so either.
If you look at people that you're going to have to take competition class from the people that are winning.
Yeah.
Some of them are using like freaking Snapple in their wrap.
Yeah.
Some people are using apple juice. Some people, they're all using brown sugar. They're all using some form of honey. They're all using some type of apple juice on it. They're putting some type of rib candy or some type of like glaze in there.
Yeah.
And
Butter.
they're-
Blues Hog is always in the mix.
and pats of butter. They're all
know what I
using
mean?
it. So it's like,
what are you doing that sets yourself apart?
Correct. Is it a different brand that nobody's on? Is it something that you make yourself? It's all subjective for sure. But you have to run down those flavor profiles. You have to do a little judging yourself to see what everybody else is putting out there, so you can get a kind of idea what you're tasting. Other than that, it's like, what do you do? It's like we could sit here and run through every freaking rib candy that Craig Sherry over at Texas Pepper Jelly has, and mix it with the barbecue sauce, and mix it with
It'll be money.
this and that, and it's going to taste good. It's good, but will it stack up to
It's going to be somewhere.
whatever else is doing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's going to win is going to be the pop of a flavor that judge like resonates with.
Yeah,
That's what wins. You have to make something so appealing to like 7 to 10 people that have no idea about barbecue, have no idea about making barbecue or anything else. They're just a person to go, I know what I like.
right.
That's the hardest thing, right?
Yeah, but you've got to do it without being too far out outside the box.
that's
Because
right.
it's not going to hit on everybody. Somebody might say this is the best thing ever, but if you're too far outside the box, it's not going to work.
That's right.
But also, if you're too far inside the box, say everybody puts blues. Let's say everybody in the competition uses say Blues Hog or whatever. Then they all taste the same, and everybody's
tastes like
like
everybody else's.
Everybody else tastes the
It's
same.
true.
Nobody
That's
wants
true.
that.
It's true.
And
Listen, you
so
can't,
like,
like some
might go with
people.
How do you push yourself a little buttery, a little more pineapple, a little more something to go, hey, a little more apple.
Yeah,
Right?
we'll get into a little
Little
bit
apricot.
what people are doing.
Apricot, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apricot,
I love apricot.
peach. I know
Apricot,
Meyer
not
mixes.
apricot.
Meyer Mixons is
Apricot
pretty
or
famous
apricot?
for using
Apricot.
peach. These guys are gonna fucking argue over
Yes,
how
you're
to
right.
fucking say a word.
Guess you don't like those Bud Light commercials, do you? Shit.
Yeah, Meyer Mixon uses peach, so it's like different flavor profiles, different regions, whatever. You can all kind of put it together. But I think where you can kind of separate yourself is like we mentioned earlier, the finishing dustes, or maybe after you slice up all your ribs and you get all your ribs. We've talked about the trimming and then getting everything perfect. And you got the
Slicing
one
everything
rack.
down.
Everything's coming off one rack, and you slice it up, and you have the perfect ribs that you think they're glazed up, finished dust, everything on them, and then you put them all on a wire rack, and you put them back into a pit. You let them smoke for a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a little mesquite wood. Maybe you have a little
Cherry.
little pop of wood that just kisses that outside of that sauce, that glaze that you had on it. Maybe that is enough to just like set it off, because maybe he's like, everybody's just using drums and charcoal and nobody has really any smoke flavor. And once somebody gets a tender rib that's sweet, spicy, smoky, they're like, boom, this is it, money.
Well, I will tell you this.
I like that. I like that.
And I think one of the things that people don't think about is the love that goes into barbecue. And there are certain times, and I don't do it all the time, and I can't feel it all the time. Right? There's certain times when I feel it, when I'm cooking, and when I'm just kind of meandering through the process, whatever else. I will get so many compliments on like, what you just made was the best I ever had. Right? I've heard this, but it's when I feel it. Like I put emotion, and it's hard to talk about like the emotion or the feeling that you put into food. That's the part also I think that people don't realize. You put yourself into it, and it's like, yeah, you worked hard today. I'm not talking about working hard. I'm talking about putting your love and your emotion into what you're making, and the babying, and it's the attention, it's in the details. That's what makes great barbecue. And when you can teach somebody else that, or when you produce that and it happens, you're like, dude,
Yeah. And
this is
again, we're
the best I've ever had.
by no means experts in doing any of this stuff.
We're
We've tried.
experts.
We've done a shit ton of
We're
competitions.
experts.
I think what we hit on,
just
we
kidding.
kind of discussed on previous episodes, and just in generalize and talking when you're doing this whole competition and barbecue. It's like, you can't. First of all, you can't be afraid, or you cannot.
That's right.
Not accept feedback or criticism, or people that you need to let your food go out there. Let people try. If people say it's dog shit, it tastes terrible, then you accept that. It's like you take that as,
That's right.
Like going back to Kevin Bledsoe.
yeah. Buddy Carlos at work with Mijos Barbecue, and those guys killing it. He, being around that competition barbecue circuit, would go around to some of the big dogs that were running. It's like, hey, can hey, here, basically it's like, here, try yours, or whatever, and they'll take a bite of it, and it's like, that's not it. Like, basically, like, you need to go back to the drawing board as far as what you're doing here. It's
And you gotta swallow your pride at that
either you're
point.
doing too much or whatever.
Kudos
It's
to
like,
him.
Yeah.
Because he's successful. Mm-hmm. So, but it took that to go through that in order to go, you know what? I'm doing this. He kept grinding. He kept working. They have a winning recipe. Mm-hmm. They've won a lot of cook-offs.
And you can't get mad. Like, you brought it to somebody like, hey, give me your honest opinion. If they're like, that's not it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't do that again. You can't get mad at them. You're like, okay, well, thank you for being honest, basically.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about it before. I mean, competitions is, you're not cooking for yourself just because it's something that might be a
Exactly.
recipe you love at home. Great, make it at home. But when you're cooking a competition, you're cooking for somebody else. You've got to be able to.
A great point.
It has to be
That is a great
overpowering,
point.
pretty
Just
much.
because you like it doesn't mean anybody else likes it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're cooking and you're trying to make, like, yes, I have really good ribs. Everybody that comes to my house loves them. Like, great. You have
That's
three
awesome.
people. You have 3 people at your house that love them. Has anybody else judged those? Right.
You better tell them to sign up to be judges.
Exactly. Right. Has anybody else? And so put yourself out there. And I'm not trying to be like mean about this or anything else. I'm saying put yourself out there. Put yourself in a position to be vulnerable. And, like, hey, hear the feedback. Is this really good or not? Right. And that's how you make really good barbecue. I feel like I just keep saying the words, and that's how you make really good barbecue.
All right, so cutting. Do you want to get
Wow.
into cutting ribs?
Yeah. No, not
I
really.
mean,
no. That's next week, bro.
No, this is it. We're wrapping up ribs.
right,
tonight.
we're wrapping up. I mean, cutting the ribs, is cutting the ribs. Like,
Follow the
so
bone.
you got 2 methods. You can either just put the meat face down on the board, and where you can see the rib bones, and you can cut in between.
Put a little sauce down first.
Put a little sauce down, or you can just do meat side up, and you're gonna have to pay attention to where those bones are going, so you're not just sawing in and just chewing the shit out of this thing.
That's right.
A lot of people take the probes or a toothpick, and
Yeah, y'all got into that a little bit last week.
They'll put it down, and they'll line it up. They'll be able to do that. So I mean, you guys will be able to figure out how to do your trimming. One thing I was like that I kind of preluded to, I kind of mentioned, it's like putting the ribs back on your smoker after you already got them sliced
stand up, yeah.
after they're already sauced, a little finishing dust on them, ready to go. Put it back on the pit, let them pop up, get a little heat to it, a little smoke to it. Some guys have a little fire, and they'll take that diffuser plate off that drum, and they'll get a little bit of that more direct flame, so that caramelization of those ribs start on the bottom of the sauce, whatever. So when they bite into her or they get a piece of it, there's like, oh man, that tastes like straight up just barbecue ribs.
It's caramel and yeah.
Gets a little extra tacky.
I have a real short video if you want me to put that up.
Yeah,
I don't
put
know
it
if
up.
you want me to.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think we got
Throw it up.
And this is Bill Purvis's ribs, and this is him boxing them up. So you can kind of get the idea. You want to get them uniform. You want them. Those are. I don't know if I've seen more uniform ribs. He's got some color on there. It's stacked perfectly in the box. That's pretty much the name of the game right there.
Candy red.
Yeah, just beautiful color.
I want one of those.
You can definitely
right
tell,
now.
like, we can,
Bill
will that play again?
Bill's
Can we play
just
that again?
rocking that. Can you hit that again? Bill's just rocking that damn thing, dude. Like he looks like that. Looked like it was nothing.
Talking right over him.
I'm sorry. Go.
No, I was just going to say, you notice everything is uniform. It's from one rack. He just cut it from the same thing. So it's not he's not piecing together bones like from other racks of ribs. Same with the bottom rack too as well. You can see the bones poking out. Everything is uniform. Everything is nice. All the sides are painted. Everything is just uniform and
Eat
beautiful.
with your eyes.
There it is.
There's a reason why this guy
pretty.
just wins everywhere. Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Also, I think maybe we touched with it a little bit last week, and Jan's not here. I know Jan's a big proponent for using coarse rubs. Put a little of that black pepper. Bill Purvis, that chicken fried barbecue, that rib grind that he has is very coarse, and it has the black pepper and the big granules of the sugar and all that stuff like that, and it produces a nice little bark. So the dude kills it everywhere. If you're not following that guy on social medias, I know he puts little tidbits.
Bill Purvis
with chicken fried barbecue.
Yeah.
The guy wins. And,
He's a goat.
Yeah.
Also, he offers classes,
He does.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
check him out.
Yeah, he's got I don't remember what the name of the website is, but you can go get his classes. You pay a flat fee and you get all of his videos. You can watch them.
That's right.
Anyway, so are we wrapped on ribs?
I think we're wrapped on ribs. I think we mentioned earlier we're gonna bring out a video.
You're
We're gonna do a
welcome.
comp video to where we kind of show how we kind of do it, so that people can have an idea. But let me put it out there. I mean, you see the line, the phone number scrolling across the screen. Shoot us a message. It's like any questions that you may have, please let us know. If we don't know, we will find out. We will ask the experts. We will ask the expert, Bill, or anybody else. Aaron, Leslie with Texas Old Dust, or shout out to Robert Rocha. A lot of these guys are just like killing it everywhere right now. We will ask them. We'll try to find an answer for you.
Or if you have a question
We
for
will
one of
ask the
them.
questions that nobody can get.
Right. Yeah. 434-829-2299. I feel like I said that like 12 times tonight, but yeah, if you have any questions, definitely
Also,
ask.
grabthebrisket.com or grabtheminthe.brisket.com. You can check out all of our social medias. Also, we do have a swag shop that I don't think anybody's ordering from. Can we get, like, do we have, like, the...
Still a bounty out there.
Yeah, do we have, like, the... what is the bounty? Say it again.
You got to go back to previous episodes to hear it.
What episode was that?
Who knows?
Like,
Who
can
knows?
you just...
170 to 180.
Can you just buy some stuff, take a picture? Man, we're gonna hook you up. Let's just get real with this.
All right. Well, we do have a barbecue fail for you.
Let's get into
Or
it.
maybe it's
right,
barbecue win. I don't
Hey,
honestly remember.
What happened to our boy that was always like, Jan's that dude.
Jan's a little bitch.
I actually have a barbecue win from him on deck. It's not next on the list yet. Yeah, he did send something in. It's
About
not
time.
It's not time
Jan
yet.
wants to fight him.
So like wintertime just happened and you stopped grilling. That's all I heard. Like what's his name?
Greg. He's I don't remember. Is he in Australia or is he? I don't remember.
So the fact
of
that
it.
the wintertime came and you stopped grilling and we stopped hearing from you just tells me every single thing I need to know. Let's
Well, if
go,
he's in
man.
fucking Minnesota or something, Jesus
Hey,
Christ, give him
it's
a
not
break.
my fault.
All right,
Hey,
all right.
Texas wants
all
you.
right, all right.
Just
Let's
move
hear.
to Texas.
Let's hear.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Hi, my name is Mark Guerrero. Also, my TikTok is SCD Big Red. And I have a barbecue disaster for you. So the day before my backyard wedding, my family and I, we finished off decorating and setting up our tent for the ceremony and the reception. My plan was to smoke about 20 tri-tips and then a couple pork butts. We're going to go on for overnight for our reception dinner. I trimmed all the tri-tips, got them seasoned on the smoker. I eventually pulled them when they hit about 120, so not completely done, but done enough to where they wouldn't take long to finish serving the next day. I threw the tri-tip in a foil pan, covered them, and placed them into a warm oven. I shifted my focus to getting the pork butts on the smoker now. Since all day we've been decorating and setting up tents, I was exhausted and ended up falling asleep that night.
Alcohol.
I woke up the next morning and to the smell of just a smoked tri-tip house. I jumped up out of bed, I ran out to the oven, burnt my hands pulling out the pan, and realized it just ruined my wedding dinner. Out of the almost 20 that I had in the oven, we had about 8 that were salvageable.
Let's go.
So we ended up still serving the tri-tip, but it was more like shredded beef instead of medium rare slices that I like to have.
Oh, man.
Luckily enough, we still had enough pulled pork to feed everybody at the ceremony.
That's awful.
Dude,
at that point, you take the
I
tri-tips.
feel for him because I know what he did. He did the thing that every guy does. Every guy goes, I got this.
That's like the worst time to do it.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
well,
that's
then
not...
You take your tri-tips that are salvageable and you cut them into like little hors d'oeuvres and you serve that first.
Right.
Yeah.
Before you
Dude.
bring out your pulled pork. Like,
Hey,
here's a
what's
little
his name?
sample.
I guess.
Hey, what's his name?
Mark.
Mark, yeah.
Mark. Oh, my God, dude. Thanks for sharing that. And honestly, I think we've all felt like being guys, we've all fell in that category where like, no big deal. We got this.
Yeah.
And the inability to go, we don't got this, just got you, brother. Listen, congratulations getting married. Appreciate you sharing with us. Phenomenal, man.
Hey, what's the silver lining?
Hey, the silver lining is that
He's going to get some... Dan, it's Sucklebusters.
I'm sorry.
This is your
I
cue.
had to-
Good Lord.
I had to like
James had to do it
first
last
I had to
night.
look. It's like Sucklebusters. Everybody wants some Sucklebusters. We do want you to grab out some of that Chicks to Smoke. It's phenomenal. You'll love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sending that in. I do have one more quick little video. I think James sent me this. I did not actually get in contact with whoever posted this video on TikTok, but I did steal the video, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I think it's
But
hilarious.
we are giving. We're giving.
sorry?
We're giving. Alcohol is a danger. I have plenty of these here. But we're giving credit to somebody else, right?
Yes. Somebody
There it is.
posted this.
It's not ours.
Yes.
We're giving somebody else.
Credit where credit is
If
due.
they actually do, I did reach out to them. If they respond, I'll let them know we shared it on the show.
There it is.
And they'll win some.
Sucklebusters. Everybody wants some Sucklebusters.
All right. He's knocking the rust off. Here's the video
go.
real quick. You guys can see what's going on here.
It's raining. Is that his pit?
No.
No.
That dude just stole somebody's meat.
The damn brisket
It
thief.
looked like somebody was stealing some shit.
Somebody
He
posted
stole
this.
somebody else's
Dude,
brisket.
can we blow his face up? The
Maybe,
brisket
I don't know.
burglar? Hey, the brisket bandit?
That's
The-
punishable by death.
Hey,
In Texas, it is.
dude,
Yeah.
I was impressed with the bare hand grab.
2 slices is enough? Like, who is this dude?
I don't know.
Like, as quick as he grabbed you off there, I was like, he's going to slip and fall.
Bro,
Like, I thought
if-
it was his shit.
Yeah, it looks
Listen.
like his name is Ryan. Probably. I
If
don't know.
you're
Rick.
if you're out there, if you're out there
Fucking Rick.
and you stole a brisket off of somebody's barbecue pit, I want you to call in,
yes,
Call
give
the
the number.
hotline.
leave a
Call-
message.
leave us your story. Best
he's
story.
hungry.
Best story wins some grabbing the brisket merch.
Yes.
Okay.
Call
I
in
hope
and give
he's-
us your story, even if
Best
it's
story
not really
wins.
you. We just want to hear some stories.
I
That's
hope
right.
that
Great.
dude
That's right, yeah,
stubs his
yeah.
pinky toe on a coffee table
Yeah.
every day for the
Dude,
rest of his life.
That dude just rolls up and goes, barehanded, I got brisket, I'm walking off. Let's go.
Yeah, he didn't even wrap it in paper or foil or anything.
Did he not? It looked like it was paper on there. Wasn't that paper? I thought it was paper.
Was it?
I'm going to play it one more time.
Throw it one more time.
No, it's on a pan.
Was
Look
it
at,
already
it.
wrapped
It
up?
looks like there's paper on there to
It's a
me.
pan. It's
That
a
looks
pan.
like a kid.
Look at the brisket. Maybe it's not paper. I thought it was
He's
paper.
got a beard.
The dude just looked, Psycho just looked inside the, like, I feel like they have a sliding glass window, like in that house. I don't know why I feel that way. He just looks over and go, yeah, I'm good.
And
But
that
walks off.
has to be one of his neighbors because that's not a cookie cutter neighborhood. I mean, that's
Right. Yeah.
they have some land. Like
This dude just
somebody
strolled up.
somebody just
I
didn't
totally-
stroll up to that fucking neighborhood.
I hear you. You know what? You're right.
And this is probably somebody this might be a listener to the show because they've got 4 pits on their back deck. They've got a flat top. They've got that
They know
pellet
what they're
grill.
doing.
They've got, it looks like maybe a
They
red tech
know.
or something and
Yeah.
an offset all lined up right next to each other. I'm
Like if I'm
If you-
cooking in something
If you
backyard,
want to out yourself right now, then out yourself. I swear to God, we're coming after you. We're going to figure out whether this video is fake or it's real, and we're going to burn your house down if it's fake.
that was the Amazon driver that delivered a package earlier.
it smelled something.
Yeah. Because I couldn't pinpoint somebody stealing something from mine because we're like crammed in the fucking neighborhood. If I'm cooking something, there's 10 houses that smell that shit.
Right.
So
Your neighbors are like coming out like, can you please turn the golf cart off? You're like, dude, it's not even on. Get the fuck out of my area.
the golf cart?
I don't know what's happening.
I
right
feel
now.
like that's how your neighbors are.
No, they're cool. Miss
Are
Honey
they?
especially. Miss Honey's super cool.
she's the best.
When we're in the pool, like drunk and being loud, and like
Yeah.
she didn't give a shit.
That was like last year's stuff. I can't remember because I wasn't invited. Is it heated up? Are we ready to go?
Oh, you were invited last time we heated it, but you had other things you were doing. You had better friends to hang out with.
All right.
Well,
So we ended on a happy note on this lovely Grabbing the Brisket podcast, guys. Hey, it's always a pleasure, and I always say, and I know I joke around with this, whatever, and you have the lines or whatever, but I do enjoy talking barbecue with you guys. It is a highlight of the week for me. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I appreciate each and every one of the listeners that engage and interact with us on our social medias and our website. Thank you so much. I wish you the best. I hope you don't get your brisket stolen.
peace. I don't know where the hell Matt went, but thanks, everybody. You've been great.
There it is.
Smoke on.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. We'd like to give a special thanks to Sucklebusters Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, Bonner's Fiesta Spices, CoolieNation Custom Koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, Yeti Coolers, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue Newsletter, and Dalstrong Knives. We definitely appreciate your support.